Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I am your host, JR. Today we got Nick and Jose. What's up, boys?
Hello.
Yo.
All right, boys. When this episode goes up, it will be Friday. So we have one more day before mini extravaganza. And I don't know about you boys, but I am hyped. I already let my girl know that if I'm on the phone at that Saturday a lot is because of all the announcements that are going to be happening, and I'm stoked. I don't know about how you guys feel.
I'm happy it's Saturday.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Usually it's on a weekday when you're working and you see everything late, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to see Nick's rage and fury in real time.
Hopefully not. Hopefully, whole fingers crossed, Nick is happy for once at a mini extravaganza. So I'm going into this positive, Jose. We ain't bring no downers
We're the
right now.
closers, so I'm expecting a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's officially been. Would you guys say more than a year? Because the last mini extravaganza is when they announced 2.6 last year in July,
Yeah.
and now
Summer.
it's a year and about a year and a half. Probably less than a year and a half, but
A
close to that.
little less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a lot of big announcements. They kind of been alluding that a little bit announcement. And I don't know if you guys remember, Nick, I know you were in and out back in the early days, and Jose, I know you brought you on a little later, but I could have sworn we did a mini extravagant episode where we did send out predictions. Am I just making that up in my head?
For last year's
Not
or
last year's, but for I think another mini extravaganza that happened, and like we
There
did our
was
wants and what we want to see and dreams and all that.
I'm sure we've done one.
we've done one. I know that
Or
we
we
did one for sure. I don't remember how long ago it was.
or we did it for Adepticon. Because remember they do this for Adepticon too. It's kind of it's sort of like a mini strav, but not as big, right?
Well, for the life of me, some handsome guy likes to title these something that has irrelevant to the what actually talking about, and I could not find it. I could not find. I was trying to find it. So, because what I want to do is I'm gonna give someone the title of Lads Oracle and the Legion Lads Oracle, which is pretty much a title in that you got the most predictions right, you know, and do you get anything? No, you just pretty much get bragging rights, is what it is. Because we like to make a lot of predictions. We like to guess a lot of things that's going to happen. And I was watching one of our episodes where they announced 2.6, so the episode prior to that, where we're guessing, and some of us got some stuff right. Jose, you had mentioned stuff about new objectives. That's what you wanted, and that's what we got. I had talked about wanting new for vehicles to contribute to the objectives, which they do. So I think that kind of be a little fun to designate someone as the Legion Lad Oracle.
I think the best prediction I ever had was when they dropped Mando and Moff, and I was like preaching that they're gonna bring him, and everybody's like, no, no, they're not, no, they're not. And then Mini Strav, they just dropped him off in Mando, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna suck it.
Honestly, I'm rooting for you because I want to see those Gungans, man. I want to see them show them off. I want to see Jar Jar Binks. I want to see all of that. So I'm on your side, Jose.
They're gonna
Um,
bring back the flaw card for Jar Jar.
yeah, just for Jar Jar too.
On his card, it's just printed flaw
Yeah. So,
keyword.
but before we get into all that, I do want to give an announcement. The Legion lads are holding their November tournament on the 22nd at Legends Clovis. So locals, if you guys want to go get that tournament in for the holidays for December, and then any surrounding cities that is close to us. I know Bakersfield boys, we got the Sacramento boys, and the North guys. That if you guys would like to come join us, that'd be awesome. I've been dying to play my Mad Max General Grievous, but nothing, no one. But then again, it was a little short notice, so I get it.
You couldn't even
Um,
sucker John?
yeah, I'm working on the funness. Let's put it that way.
He doesn't want to steamroll
I
John.
mean, I talked to John a lot about Legion, and when GG was announced, the wheel bike, and I talked to him about it. I talked to him about it like some crazy list that I came up with, and like it just doesn't sound fun to go against.
He's like, I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it just it's one of those things where you feel bad playing it, but at the same time you don't because it's like a masterpiece. It's like you look at it, mwah, you know what I mean? But it's not mwah until you practice it, until you play it and
Oh,
see its
so
performance.
we know what you're taking to LVO then next year.
Oh, hands down, I'm bringing the wheel back for sure. When they announced this, I was gonna go, oh yeah, bringing going CIS again. Gonna try to make something with the wheel bike.
Oh dang. You heard that here first, people. Start counter picking for JR.
The sad thing is that Ministrav might nerf the Aquas, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. So I had the boys do a little homework. Um, Pretty much asked what you guys want to see in each faction, buffed and nerfed, and what would you like to see at Ministravaganza, battle forces, and everything. So before that, though, we have a. I want to kind of go over what's going to happen on Saturday. The Ministravaganza is not just for Legion; it's also for Shatterpoint and Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Woohoo!
So I know we kind of
Woo!
dabble in all three. Legion's kind of our main thing.
What?
You
Wait,
dabble in
what?
too. You
What
not all
Dabble?
not
Wait, we just dabble?
I mean, I know I dabble.
you dabble in too.
Jose's bordering the line, and then Nick is just like, forget Legion. I'm a Marvel
I,
boy now.
I play Shatterpoint just as much too.
Mm,
I I
He
do.
just hosted a
I mean,
tournament.
Yeah, I just hosted a Shatterpoint tournament just like
I
two,
will
three
agree
weeks
that
ago.
out of all of us, you play these three games the most. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say yeah, I do.
yeah.
I do play all three the most in this area. Wonder if anyone trying to think of anyone else that maybe does too.
I
Yeah,
mean, there's definitely like the next one I think see is maybe Daniel because he's played my Marvel Crisis
maybe
Protocol,
Daniel. He
Shatterpoint,
hasn't played
and
Marvel in a while, but yeah,
yeah, yeah, which makes sense. He's got busy with family,
yeah.
so. But everyone dabbles a little bit in something. I know that much. But
hmm
yes, Nick, you definitely, I know you're trying to get us GT, so I'm hoping you get us there because that'd be amazing, the all three games. But I had a funny feeling. I was thinking about it, and I was talking to John about it too. I was just like, yeah, man, Nick's gonna try to get us the GT. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna love it and everything. He's like, oh yeah, he's trying to do it. Yeah, for all three games. And then I was just like, he's gonna probably do Marvel Crisis Protocol on Saturday. He's like, oh man, Legion's on Saturday. I know. I go, wait, that means Nick's not going to be able to play Legion. Oh man, I'm just like thinking, what's gonna look like, Nick? Were you just gonna be judging everything or what?
I mean, so first off, total long shot that we get any of that.
Oh,
Hey,
stop
I mean,
hey,
it.
this is an
so
Stop
episode of
it.
dreams,
okay,
Nick.
okay, episode of
Dreams.
dreams, fine. So, I
There's
mean,
way lower player count places
I,
out there that got GTs. Come on, Nick.
that's true. That's true. The player counts are very low across the board unless you're at a convention.
And not
Um,
all three systems either.
but but yes, I wouldn't play. Yeah, I would have to be running things for
Which
sure.
makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But
No clear
hopefully.
bases, right?
yeah. No clear
Well,
bases.
hey, he's judging Shatterpoint. I mean, he's judging Marvel Crisis Protocol. He ain't be there for judging Legion. Um, but you know what's funny? Yeah. So today, was it today? I'm pretty sure it's today. I'm getting my days mixed up. Yeah, I picked up wheel bike, and I got my B1s the other day, some other day. That's why I'm mixing up. And you know what I noticed about my B1s?
Hmm.
Some of them are on clear bases.
Mm-hmm.
What do
Jose,
you
you
mean?
played with clear bases.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. The
Oh,
judges walk by my
from the.
tables. The
Oh
judges walk
yeah.
by all my tables every game. They
I was
look, they
just,
inspected. I mean, when there's 108 B1s, you can't really pick out the six clear
I was
base
like,
models.
he was giving me shit for bringing clear bases, and he had my clear bases in the list.
It's like they're like the predator. You couldn't see them amongst all the
They're all
brush. So.
camouflage. Take down, boys. Don't look. Don't look. Those are the
Well,
first ones you killed off. Like, oh, get them off
I
here.
was no, they're the rat cannons. I was crisscrossing everywhere.
when your whole army is illegal, it's easy to spot when only six models are illegal.
But anyways,
I was waiting for him to get me with that.
uh, so Shatterpoint, they're going to be doing at 10 o'clock. Is
Yep.
there anything you guys want to see?
Well, what's interesting about the Shatterpoint hour, because it's an hour, each one is an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have nothing on the timeline for Shatterpoint. Literally
Okay.
nothing. We only know of the two boxes.
Sequels, baby,
What two
sequels.
boxes?
Balin
Oh
and
yeah.
the Night Sisters and the zombie stormtroopers. That's it. We know.
Balin and Shin better be
Shit,
fire
we
because I have them pre-ordered.
other than terrain, we have nothing else. So whatever they're gonna talk about for an hour is gonna be all new.
I'm
That's
predicting
exciting.
right now, you ready? Sequels. We're gonna get sequel trilogy stuff.
Ah,
Kylo, Ray,
It's too
yup.
no, it's too early for that game. It's too
No.
new. It's too new.
If you got nothing to put out there, dude, you
Well,
gotta. The sequel trilogy has been for in Star Wars for a few years now. You're telling me that that's not even a that dude. Come on now. If they have nothing on the slate, what better would there? Because despite what people think, so remember when the original trilogy came out, that was the best ever. Nobody's ever gonna touch it. Prequels came out, people hated the prequels, and then years down the road, people now love the prequels, but still prefer original trilogy. And then sequel trilogy came out, and now there's people that hate the sequel trilogy, but there are people out there that really really liked. I'm one of the guys. Call me crazy. I'm one of the
you're
guys that
crazy.
really, really, really enjoyed the sequel trilogy to the point where my only flaw that I disliked about the sequel trilogy was that Ben wasn't the last Skywalker because he was actual
You
Skywalker
know
lineage.
what I would rather them announce than the sequel trilogy is Skeleton Crew. That's what I'd rather see in Shatterpoint is
No,
Skeleton Crew.
I
no, new era. We need sequel
the
trilogy.
it's I think the game's just too new to and there's so much more they could do first. The game's still too new for them to announce to jump up into another era so soon. Because there's still so much more they could do in the eras they're in. So I think it'd be too soon. Not that they won't eventually do it. I obviously
You
think
heard
they
it
I
here
think
first,
that's
people.
I think that's what they
Sequel
will do, but
trilogy's on the menu.
I think it's more likely for Legion.
Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong. But
I want Marauders.
so we know Jose wants sequel stuff. Is there anything you want, Nick?
If for Shatterpoint,
Hmm.
anything I want? No, I've been pretty happy with what's come out with Shatterpoint. I don't know if there's anything I want. Um, yeah, nothing I want. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with if they keep whatever they came out with. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, I've said this before. I think Qui-Gon, secondary Obi-Wan, like Padawan Obi-Wan. And then you have the
Gungans.
Gungans. Yep. Then you can also have Newt Gunray as primary, Maul secondary with droidicas because we don't have droidicas in the game. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Those would be badass models.
Yeah. But moving on. Then at 11 o'clock, Marvel Crisis Protocol. Now I know
Mhm.
you guys both play this pretty heavily.
Yep.
Is there anything you guys want to see?
So MCP, we do know a lot about what's coming.
Okay.
They did show us a lot of things on the Adepticon timeline that hasn't come out yet. So that
Models
we
as well.
yeah, models as well. So that we do know so it'll be interesting to see what we see that's new because there's a lot that hasn't come out yet that we know about, plus the models that they showed at Adepticon, the Red Hulk and those things that they didn't even show us. Not Adepticon, Gen Con, that were Gen
Yeah.
Con. So we know those things are now coming that they didn't show us. Um, what would I like to see? That's tough because there's so many things that we haven't
Yeah.
even. There's a lot of cars that we haven't even seen yet that we'd like to see. Um, gosh, yeah, I don't know if I put a lot of thought into that. You know what I'm more interested in MCP than new models, more updates. That's what I want to see.
Like
Hmm.
more
I'm
characters that are not being played,
There's a
uh
lot of characters that
more
need some love.
yeah, more updates to the older characters. That's what I'm more interested in with MCP.
which is fascinating because that's what we're going to talk about for Legion. So that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, because there's a lot of old MCP characters that still haven't been touched.
Mm,
Old characters from the years that are years old that are still with their old cards.
yeah. What about you, Jose? Anything you want to see?
I'm hoping so. I when I got into this game, I was like, I just want to play X-Men, and then they brought Apocalypse. I'm like, I just want to play Apocalypse, but Apocalypse plays a little bit of everything, so now I'm dabbling in everything.
Mm.
I'm excited with all the new models that they showed, including the ones that they just snuck into the case because they did the Legion thing where, what the heck is that? And then everybody saw Red Hulk in the case.
Yeah, I
Um,
like when they did that. By the way, I hope they keep doing that.
Yeah, no, it's awesome because you walk by one day and you're like, oh, that's cool. And you walk by like, hey, they did that with Splash, but no, I'm with Nick. I I'm still relatively new to the game in terms of like the character roster. Like there's hundreds of characters and I've probably only touched like 5% of them. So when I play units, Nick's like, "Oh yeah, it's a terrible unit." And I'm like, is it?" And I play it, I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's trash." When you take an older unit and it goes up against like one of these new models that has just released, like you realize how underpowered the old stuff is.
Yeah.
So I'm with Nick. I want to see those updates and stuff. And they're doing supposedly we're getting points updates for Legion, so why not MCP? I think the last time they talked about stuff like that, they did updates to like Anakin and stuff and Shatterpoint as well. I'm just more excited because if we're ever gonna see the cards for the models that are in the case, I think it's now. I was telling the guys, the angrier Red Hulk gets, the hotter he gets. So I was saying like it would be cool if like he starts off with like a bunch of dice and like after every round that goes by, he has so for people who know the game, you have incinerate means you lose one die to your defense. So start off as like he's kind of hot, so incinerate would be range 1. And then as every round goes by, he loses one attack die, but his incinerate range gets bigger, so eventually he can have the whole board incinerated. And it's probably OP, but just a fun Hulk mechanic. So for me, it's seeing new cards. We got like Hulk, Nimrod, we got Adam Warlock, who I'm hoping is gonna be a Guardian leader for Guardians, because right now we just have Star Lord. Um, but yeah, no, just those cards. Show me the cards. Let me see all the new fun stuff that we're gonna get.
Yeah, I actually have a wish list. I want more symbiotes. And I'm not talking like different versions of Venom, on someone. I'm talking about like bringing Scream, bringing Riot, bringing Null, bringing Toxin. Give me more symbiotes.
It's gonna happen.
Eventually. I'm sure it will. All right, boys. Then at 12 o'clock, noon, Legion. Legion's happening. Now, do you guys think they saved the best for last or the worst for last?
Best. I think this is a lot that we're gonna get tomorrow or on
That,
Saturday.
yeah, it's interesting because I keep hearing this on a lot of the other podcasts I listen to with Shatterpoint MCP, and they keep mentioning that this was Legion's year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that this was Legion's
Ooh,
year.
there you go,
No,
Nick.
no, 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 no. This
Oh,
last year.
oh,
This last year was Legion's year.
yeah.
So, so is this going to be Legion's year again? I don't, it's like because that was the kind of the feeling from at least from some people
Hmm.
that Legion got all the attention this
Yeah.
last year,
Which is make
which is kind of true.
We're the least
yeah.
updated game
Well,
of
no,
all
Yeah,
the
no,
both systems. Of both systems, yes.
we were the
Legion was the
most
least.
changed that year because it went to 2.6.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean least update. I mean we got the least amount of stuff compared to the other two.
Yeah. I mean, where Shatterpoint really slowed down for sure with the
But that was getting
releases.
put stuff for Shatterpoint was
Yeah,
getting pumped out like
it
crazy.
it did.
NCP seems
Yeah,
like they're always pumping out stuff. And what do we hear in the Legion community? Burnout for models. We need new stuff, new stuff,
yeah.
new stuff. So we've been the out of the three things that they have, Legion has been the most starved for new stuff. We've
Yeah.
got new keywords, new game mode, new game, but we don't have new toys to play with,
But
which
to
is
be
why
fair,
Grievous on a
though,
bike is exciting.
I understand wanting new toys and stuff to play, but essentially you got a new way to play your old toys, right? So
But the
I
old
feel like
toys are
that
bad.
it was their year and everything got changed to where it plays like new, in my opinion.
Sort of.
Sort for
For
some people.
some. For
No.
Some people
some.
know it didn't happen
Not
that
the
way.
Empire players. They're
And
still trash.
Rebel players. Yeah, you're not wrong, not wrong,
Rebels
not
got new
wrong.
toys to help them out. Everything in Empire's bad.
Um, which jumps into the next topic. So, this is our dreams and hopes, guys. No downers. We're gonna go a little bit downing, but not too down. Um, I had Jose. Thank you, Jose, for looking up the most played units in the game and the least played units in the game. So, I'm not a dev. I don't make board games. So, but if I think I would have that been my profession, I feel like I would go come at the game. Now this is talking about unlimited resources, unlimited time. So obviously there's no pressure. But I feel like if it was my game, I would come at it like, all right, what's doing the worst? Let's buff that up. And what's excelling? Let's nerf that, right? So for that, I'm gonna ask you guys, what do you think could be changed for these units? If they need to be changed, they might not even need to be changed. And I honestly, as I was looking at all the things that potentially could be nerfed, I feel like you don't need to. You just need to buff everything else up, which is kind of AMG has said that that's their motto, right? So for buffing, we'll go over. What do you guys want to go over first? What needs to be buffed or what needs to be nerfed?
What
We said
needs?
no negative.
Start with negative. Okay.
Okay.
So
No, you said no negative. So let's start with the positive stuff first.
okay. All right. So buff our dreams to buff. For CIS, the worst performing or worst taken unit has been the snail droid. Now, that doesn't make sense because the Persuader is doing really good in EXD.
It's a different
That's
persuader.
exactly. That's the EXD version. Outside of the EXD, you never see the Persuader snail droid. So, how would you guys fix that? Like the one that you can't bring in EXD.
I don't
Li
even know what it
el
does.
eliminate the EXD snail droid from existence.
But that doesn't
Jeez,
solve the problem.
he went
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah,
away.
yeah, it does, because then you'll
No,
have to bring the regular one.
The
nobody would
regular
still
one.
take it. That's the point. Nobody's taking it now. Um, I think you just reduce his points. I think it's a great
No,
transport unit.
it's
No.
already 1/3. Dude, so here's the thing.
It's
I
125.
am
Yeah,
I am
you can't
no.
reduce it more.
Well, no, on Legion HQ 2, it's statted at 130. The regular Persuader statted at 130. I'm not on EXD.
Uh,
Um I'm never ever gonna be a proprietor for lowering points
why?
because all you do is open up avenues of taking buffing like other things, because if you take down, so for instance, if you take down the Persuader to say 100 points, I once again completely exaggerate, Nick, don't blow your top. If you take the just easy math, 30 points off the top, if you take 30 points off the Persuader, now it's 100 points compared to the 165 naked of a AAT. Well, now you can put a 100-point Persuader, free up 30 points to buff something else, to put more toys on something else in your army, or snake in another unit.
So
I'd
then,
rather you just make the value worth. I'd rather you just make it worth the 30 points. Um,
how would you fix the snail droid
how would I fix the Snail Droid?
to make people have an incentive to take it? Because as of right now, and by the way, the information we're going off is all Longshanks. So Longshanks, there's only two people that's taken the regular snail droid. And you know what's funny about the snail droid is this is the only unit that I don't have max that I can take. Like I only have one snail droid. And honestly, I think I've only played my snail droid once or twice. And I didn't even play it when I played EXD. So like what could you do, Jose, to make me want to take this? Or make yourself want to take it?
so what I would do is I believe it's the biggest oblong base vehicle we have.
Mhm.
So I would say make this vehicle the only vehicle that can transport double squads, because then that would
Ooh.
incentivize you to take it and take a double squad of B2s.
Yeah.
And if B2s get there, you're because it's not even bad, because if it's the only platform that can escort a double squad, and you're gonna invest the points to put a double squad B2 on the table, that means that this combo is a linchpin of your what you're trying to do. And essentially having it being able to transport double squads would incentivize you to take double squads, which would mean you'd be losing points somewhere else in the army, but you're getting this long base, throwing a big unit out. It's the only unit that can do it in the game, that gives CIS something unique to what they can do. I would even say it comes with two armament slots. Give it Arsenal 4. I
Ooh,
mean, all the stuff's
that's so. You know
all the stuff's
why?
all the
Well,
stuff's tappable, and I'm saying
but you
just
know why EXD performs really well is not only does it get the benefits of the surge tokens that can give it extra dice, is that it has Arsenal 3.
well,
So
that's
you're
what I'm
giving it
saying.
Arsenal 4, just my
No,
God.
hold on. But the thing is, you're giving this thing Arsenal 4. It's not an EXD. It doesn't get bonus tokens. And unlike the EXD version of it, this thing would be able to carry. I'm not saying give both of them. I'm saying just the regular Persuader. The regular Persuader's upshot over EXC would be it gets one more weapon for Arsenal. It doesn't get to use the tokens, but it can carry the double B2 squads. It can carry bigger loads.
Jose, I love your thinking, and I hope that comes true, my man, because that seems a little too strong. Feel like everyone, that's the next thing to take.
Well, you're thinking about it. You're investing 100+ points into a double squad of B2s, and then this thing's at 130. You have to give it a program, so that's another 5 to 10, and you got to give it if you're gonna have Arsenal 4, you're gonna pay another 10 to 20 for. So now this thing is now it's in AAT range,
I
and
want to live
that's
in your
AAT
world.
with no
That's all I
shots.
want. That's all I want.
It's just to make it different because to be honest, like this thing is not a linchpin in CIS. It's
Mhm.
no business being on the table for standard CIS. And that's a problem. And you have to incentivize people to want to make those things. And like I said, if you're paying 100+ points, to put a giant B2 on there, that means that, you're lacking that extra 50 points. That would be another little cheap B1 squad to run down my throat. It's a no force push for Dooku. It's like you're making a sacrifice, but you're also gaining something, and it gives the Persuader tank something to do. And to be honest, somebody might look at that and be like, I'm still not taking it. You know
Nope.
what I mean?
I guarantee everyone thinks that. Nick, do you want to try to take a stab at it?
So I was looking at it too. Doesn't seem like there's any crew that you can take on this besides the door gunner.
I don't think
Um,
you even think the door gunner.
Yeah, you
well,
can.
it pops up on Legion HQ that you take it, so I assume you could take it.
Yeah, because it says
Yeah, I thought you
its
could.
door gunner is units may equip this card even if they do not have a pilot
Oh,
upgrade.
that's why. Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No.
That's fair.
So there's no crew. So sometimes to make a vehicle interesting to take is the upgrades that you could put on it. Um, Maybe something you could do is some unique crews for CIS that could be added to this that
Yeah,
could you know, make it useful to take, right? So not lowering the points, right? But giving it something more that it could do on the battlefield with some new abilities
I like
that
your
would make it
thinking.
useful.
I think of like give it coordinate. Yes, that'd be good.
Not just coordinate. Not everything is coordinate.
I know. But so how it affects it would lower the points. I'm actually a big fan of lowering points because even though that could be confusing, and I know CIS is cheap already, I get it, but like that's the easy fix, right? Because you start changing things on unit cards, newer players get the old unit cards. They're like, hey, that's not what mine does. Where the easy fix is like, hey, let's lower points, raise points, in my opinion. Like I agree with AMG's philosophy on that. But I love what both of you guys are saying. Like, I hope that who knows. But moving on, for Rebels, only two people bringing IG-11. Exactly, Nick.
Those guys are
Exactly.
brave.
I tell you all the time he's garbage, huh?
You do. So how would you fix IG-11?
Oh my gosh, so many
Pull 'em up.
ways. So one, his command card can't be a have to take.
Right.
So you have to remove that restriction
Mhm.
because that's a big negative right there.
Yep.
Um, he needs to throw better dice for sure.
Mhm.
He can't. His dice are terrible,
Yeah.
especially now.
Mhm.
Especially now, with the way the game has changed. Dice are terrible. His command cards aren't even that great either. His command cards could be reworked. Um,
So you think a whole new rework would be
yeah,
good?
yeah, he's completely complete rework. This is I think, yeah, he is an example of a card that like just doesn't work in this new game. And to be honest, I mean, didn't even really work in the old game. People didn't play him in the old game,
No.
like very little.
Mhm.
Like he didn't see a lot of success in the old game. I mean, he saw maybe a little bit of play, but you didn't see him in the old game either.
Yeah.
So he was kind of dead on arrival, really.
He has gunslinger, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
I would
But
like
he's
to.
but he's
Go ahead.
throwing two white, one black, one black, two black, one white, two black. He's not throwing dice. He's not throwing
If
anything
you think if they
worthwhile.
added another dice, like make it four, would it be worth it then?
He surges to hit.
He does start to hit.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
You know what I would like to see?
Toss
Like,
a red on there on both
I
of them.
Maybe
maybe another black. But what I would like to see is him having a unique gunslinger and that he could shoot three targets instead of two. Because like you know how in the show he was shooting all those guys, and
sure.
Spins.
I
Yeah.
know he has his command card that does that. But yeah, I would like to see like he could shoot three targets with that. And maybe add another white dice to the pool. Kind of make it like a gun ho, Wild West kind of deal. But Jose, what do you got?
Mm, this guy's in the tough spot.
He is. Only two people brought him
Um.
or taken him since launch shakes.
Oh man. I think what's working against him is he's a mercenary unit, so you don't get the benefit of like getting orders and stuff. Um. Take him out of mercenary. Just let him be like Cad Bane was. Just let him be taken as by two factions. Because mercenary just hurts this unit. So a lot of the mercenaries aren't really hurt when it comes to the operatives, but this guy really is. You're already at a shitty situation when you're at the will of your bag in both of these factions. So it might be somewhat good to just
But Cat
put an
Bane's a
order
mercenary
on
too.
him.
Cat Bane's a mercenary too. He's not
Mm,
CIS.
No, no,
yeah.
no, I know that, but I'm saying before he was a mercenary, he could be taken in CIS
Oh, before
and
they changed it.
Yeah.
yeah. But that doesn't hurt Cad Bane as much as it hurts him, I feel. Um, because I mean, if you're looking through your bag and you pull IG-11, you're kind of like, oh, this is stupid.
Mm.
But then again, you're stupid for playing him.
Or
So
fun.
I'm with
Come on.
JR.
Having
I
fun
would
playing them.
I would want to see his gunslinger hit more. Um, he only has, I mean, those dice are terrible. It's 1 to 3, 1 to 4. Um,
It's also kind of weird he didn't get any independent when all the other
Yeah.
got
mercenaries did.
independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then,
Well, he does.
what do you put
Wait,
on him?
isn't his program give him independent or no? Am I wrong?
I'll tell you right now.
Only
Uh,
on the
eight,
only on the nanny, right?
I think the nanny like increases his pierce value or makes his gun suppressive depending
no,
on
nanny
which target you're bounding.
programming. While building an army, allied Grogu gains counterpart IG-11. This unit gains AI dodge move.
Oh yeah, AI dodge. That's right. Yeah, it's not even a AI dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, then his bounty programming gives him pierce against a commander,
He doesn't,
and then
you know,
suppressive against a operative.
I think it would have fixed him too is like an easy fix is give him steady because he has gunslinger. You can pop out,
The
shoot two
dice are
targets.
bad though. Like
Sure.
I don't think you're breaking the bank if you put a red on each one of those attack profiles
Mm.
because then at range 3, it's 2 red, 3 white, 3 black. Surge to hit. You don't really have an aim generation anywhere. You're not gonna, unless you take an aim or get given an aim or pay for emergency transponder or give him offensive push. But even then, you're already investing way too much into this guy. But I think the only thing you can do is bump his gun, give him a like droid gunslinger, let him hit one more target, and then to make that value worth it, add red die, 1 red die to both of his attacks. And get rid of. He should just be able to be taken in mercenary, and he should just be able to be taken in rebels and empire. Get rid of the mercenary.
Yeah. Moving on. Uh, now this one's an interesting one because I think this one's should be not taken as much. In fact, I think all of them should not be taken as much, and I think we do see that. But for Empire, the least amount of ones taken is the Scout Trooper Strike teams. I think that makes sense because we wanted to get away from act padding, and now strike teams have to be taken with their counterpart. And I feel like you very rarely want to have strike teams on your list, anyways. Um, so I feel like this is in a good spot, but it is the least taken unit in Empire. So how would you boys fix this? Let's go, G Nick.
Don't fix it. Remove strike teams from the game.
I actually agree with that. I'm with you there.
I hate strike teams. I've always hated them.
Why? Curious.
Just don't like the purpose of them at all. In Old Legion and New Legion. Like I never liked them in Old Legion. And I don't like them, and I hate how in New Legion they don't count in the force org chart. So you could take three of them without it even counting against you.
Yeah.
So I just don't like.
Whoa, hold on. So you're against breaking the force org chart in standard list, but not in breaking the force org chart in
Battle Force.
battle forces.
No, they don't count. They're not breaking
Yeah.
the force org chart. They don't count in your force org chart. Everything in a battle force counts,
Yeah, but it ignores a primary function of the force org chart, which sense breaking it.
but it follows the force org. If the battle force org chart says you can take 0 to 3, you can only take 3. This lets you take 6, even though the chart says you can only take 3.
And you know what's funny too is that they kind of like did want to make this unit obsolete because they raised the snipers a crazy amount of points, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And on top of that, the saboteurs, I feel like they never got any love. I wish the saboteurs were more effective in some format.
They were really afraid, and maybe rightfully so, they were really afraid of people stacking the bomb tokens next to POIs.
Fair, fair.
which which I get it, because that
Yeah.
probably would have happened at an alarming rate if they
With the
didn't
strike
change.
team far away,
If
yes.
if they didn't if they didn't change how the bomb tokens worked from Old Legion to New Legion. Everyone would have taken three bombs, and this would have been action bomb, action
Yep.
bomb, action
Yep.
bomb.
Because all you need is one still alive that could be hiding in the back to detonate all those bad boys.
It has to
Yeah,
see the bomb,
yeah. But
right?
I don't know how effective would that really have been. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Jose, what would you do to the strike team?
Man, um, I
Obsolete. I'm
get,
with Nick. Make them obsolete.
Yeah, just get
They
rid
were
of them.
fun for a time. I had fun with them, but they're just still feel bad moment when they get one shot, and then when you.
but that's a player error. That's not.
But still, it's act padding at that.
Yeah,
So
You can't. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I
you should be
cannot.
against this, Jose. You hate act
I
padding.
know, and that's what I'm gonna say. I'm bringing that up right now. Jared's like, oh, it's act padding, bro. Rebels and CIS do nothing but act pad. Stop it. Okay, stop. That's why I'm against
wait, wait,
when you
wait,
guys are
wait, wait,
like,
wait, 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 wait,
hold
wait.
on.
Hold on,
When you
hold on, hold
guys are
on.
like,
Let me
we need to
correct you. Let
bring
me
down
correct you.
points.
We don't act pad. We have a bunch of effective units. Because when you say act pad, you're taking the unit just to get more acts. No, all of our units are strong units, so it's just strong all around.
Why do people bring
Well,
B1s for 6 pass tokens? Let's be real. Calm
so
down.
but this unit just lets you do that even more so, right? Jose,
I
this unit lets you
no
even
no,
do
I
it even
agree.
more.
I have no problem taking them out of the game, but there has to be a call me crazy, but if you're gonna remove, you guys are gonna hate this. I feel like we are in a portion of the game where snipers should be a thing, but they are not because there's more cost-effective ways to establish stuff like that. Like for instance, like I think snipers would be very good in piling on suppression for POIs to make scoring changes while holding back points. I think if you want to remove this unit, I I think you make the sniper rifle free. It's
Oh,
not a
hey,
black and a white, or black and a
that would
black.
make everyone take them. You're not wrong. You're
If
not
I mean
wrong.
if because scouts, the unit itself is already barely taken. We see that all the
Uh,
time.
Scout troopers? No,
yeah,
scout
you
troopers
see
taken
scout
a
troopers all the
lot.
Not
time.
not
Yeah.
not out not outside of out in the reg. in Tempest, Blizzard, was it Tempest or Blizzard? Tempest, I get to take a
Tempest,
lot of them.
Tempest, and
Yeah, I'm
then
saying
you see them in
I've
Imperial Remnant.
okay.
Mhm.
Once again, battle forces.
I think you
That's
see him in regular Empire too.
I've never
And
seen the
Longshake
only
says you do
person
because it's not at the bottom.
Yeah,
the only person I've ever seen take scout troopers in a regular game is Edward, but Edward does crazy shit
I've
all the
I,
time.
I've taken him. I
Mm,
do.
I've taken them too.
But you take them because they're bad. Um, no. I'm thinking like so you look at the counterparts. ARC troopers get taken because they're ARCs inside of GAR. You look at BXs, they're not as popular as ARCs, but we do have a plethora of BXs in the field, whether it's melee, whether it's full loaded snipers, you still see them. The problem is you don't see commandos as often in either Rebel or Empire to that level. When you look at like most played units, like BXs and ARCs are far superior than their counterparts in the original trilogy faction. So I would say
I'm gonna push
to
back though,
spice it up to huh?
because scouts are taking a lot because they're the cheapest special forces unit, I believe. If you
When
don't
you
count
look
strike
down the
teams.
but when you look down the list, well, you can't because you don't have it. But when you look down the list of taken special forces, scouts are not high up there.
Well, yeah, I mean Empire is a
They're
low spot,
nowhere
but
near
yeah,
high up there. What I'm talking about compared to the field.
but
I'm saying that if you want to eliminate strike teams, I think with strike teams you go one of two ways. You go extreme and you just say, "Hey, reduce the sniper cost," and then people will be more incentivized to take strike teams. Or if you get rid of strike teams in general, then you have to make their weapon free for the normal unit. And like I
um,
said, I mean, we live in a world where, I mean, I've been told by somebody in this room that two dice snipers isn't nothing to be worried about. So therefore, I think it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if you remove the strike team and just give the scouts the weapon for free.
And they're the commanders are the same price as them, JR. So they're tied for cheapest.
oh, the Commandos.
Yeah,
Mm.
commanders are
Oh,
48
nice,
points
nice.
as well.
Okay, moving on. Um, Wookiees for Gar. I feel like Wookiees is an easy fix too. Make them cheaper. They do things well, but they'll do them better if they cost less.
I have a different fix.
Oh, okay.
They're just in the wrong army.
What army would you put them in?
Leave them in Rebels.
Rebels.
They are in Rebels.
Yeah,
No, leave them in Rebels.
leave in Rebels.
Oh, you mean take don't have them in
They're just in the wrong army. Like
I
there's
I mean
they
I love the
they're
Wookiee
just
Battle Force.
yeah, but well, so they have to make that better then.
I
Like
mean,
they're just in the wrong army, right? They're just not they just don't do what the army does.
but to be
You're taking them
fair,
over
They're
arcs
not clone
there.
troopers.
well
You're
that
taking them
true.
over arcs.
Well, no, I would take them over arcs if they were cheaper. That's the thing,
Really?
because you guys are not wrong. Since they don't have the clone trooper key, anything in the Gar faction that doesn't have the clone trooper keyword is fighting against its own army
Yeah.
to be taken. And I feel like those units that don't, might be controversial, but the units that don't have clone trooper keyword need to be cheaper. So I feel like if
No.
Wookiees is cheaper, we'll see more Wookiees.
I
I
see.
Or
think
European Wookiees.
I
remove
don't
them.
I don't
Oh, go
agree
ahead.
with that. I don't agree with that though because that can't just be an automatic qualifier to make him cheaper.
I mean, to be fair, what the Wookiees do now, even in Rebels, I think Wookiees need to go cheaper.
So that's true that probably Wookiees. So I guess I'll say this. Wookiees actually, so again, kind of the idea that not all things should be fixed by points. Wookiees technically should not be cheaper. They should be brought back up to an efficiency that they used to be at,
So you mean
right?
like give him more stuff?
Yes, because Wookiees used to go boop, boop, boop over things,
Mm,
right? With their
yeah,
scale.
yeah,
They don't do that anymore, right?
right.
And nothing else. So Wookiees got their efficiency and their
Ugh.
ability went down, but their points didn't change.
Right.
So they need to do something more. I don't think their points should come down. They should just do something else. They need to give them something else that they could do, raise something else on their raise, give them something else that they could do better since they took something away.
I'm trying to think what that would be. Jose, what would you do?
Take him out of Gar. I don't think there's a world where
Okay,
you
okay,
would.
okay. I know we wanted to take out the strike
I
teams,
know.
but
No, no, no,
but
no, no,
taking
no,
away
no.
I
people's toys is
I
not
was
fun.
I was
No,
I
no,
was
hold
I was
on. No,
joke I was
I'm
joke
dead
I was
serious.
joking. I
No.
was joking. I was
I'm dead
joking.
serious
Don't take him
because
out of Gar.
You
Don't
guys
take him
are
out
no,
of
bringing
Gar.
the mood down.
hold on. No. Take him out of guard because once again, you're in a situation where your counterpart is so much more efficient than you are. At a point where the only difference is 2 hit points to one, like 3 hit points to one. The arcs can charge better. The arcs can get further. The arcs can share defensive tokens. The arcs can share aim tokens. The arcs have impervious. The arcs have so much more that I feel like even if you brought Wookiee points down, the arcs are still do way more
So my
at their
question
price
to
point.
you is,
So what I'm saying is take the Wookiees out of Gar, leave them in the battle force. You could reduce their points in the battle force because the battle force really, I think the Wookiee battle force is one of the battle forces I do believe is too tight for points for what it is. And I think you can mirror that in Rebels
but
because
how
their
how would
special
you fix
forces are
them
not
in
great.
Gar?
So I won't take credit for this because I heard it on another podcast, and I apologize. I'm not giving you credit because I forget where I heard it. Um, but their fix was, and it's a simple fix, and it would work. Let Wookiees token share.
I don't know.
I
No,
mean,
Yeah,
it would work.
I mean, I think honestly, lowering points would work. Like if they were like
Don't
appropriately
just
con
lower points.
well, because
You
that's
can't just
you
that's
lower
the
can't
easy
points.
do
fix.
that.
That's the easy fix,
I
right?
but that's not so I do sometimes lowering points works. I
Mhm.
do agree that sometimes lowering points is the right answer. I don't think it is for Wookiees at the points they're at right now.
I think if you lower Wookiee's points,
I think
the argument for them is they just become the act pad
yeah.
unit because now let's say so Wookiees right now the one I'm looking at 69 points.
Mhm.
Let's say you reduce it by call me crazy 9 or 10, just 9 or 10. Okay, cool. Well, if you bring 3 Wookiees at 60 points, now you can possibly squeeze in another force push. Now you can possibly squeeze in now you can possibly squeeze in fives or a Ahsoka that you wouldn't be
If
able to. And that's just I'm adding more sprinkles to my cake over here and leaving the soggy chocolate part of the Neapolitan ice cream over here. It's only there because it's part of the package, but everything tastes a lot better.
I
I don't want to see act padding. I don't want to
I
see I don't want to see act padding and I don't want to see freeing up points to make your other stuff better.
I think
Because then
maybe
all they do is become a back point unit. If I was to, and once again, you say MG shouldn't do it, can't do it, won't do it. Okay, cool. Get rid of scale for Wookiees. Give them some other stupid keyword and just make it old scale.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe you could lower them 2 points, but that's what I'm saying. Even if you did that, I still don't think Gar takes them. That's what they need. They need something to compensate for what scale changed to make them more agile to get across the battlefield.
fair points, boys, fair points. Moving on. Shadow Collective. The least take
Pass.
the least taken is Cad Bane.
Nothing can help CAD.
I think Cad, if you change his 3-pip to be a little bit more interactive and kind of be more of a you get to choose kind of deal. I know you do get to choose when to pop out, but I feel like if the timing of when you get to choose would be make him a whole lot better. A good example of that is when you play his 3-pip turn one, or when you divulge it and then you have to play turn one. You could choose at any time during that round to pop Cat out.
Yeah, because his 3-pip does not work in this
Yeah,
new game,
no,
No.
it's horrible.
especially with how the tokens work now when
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the bag and how that ruling works. It does
Mm-hmm.
not work.
It's horrible. Uh, yeah, I feel like he's in a good like you fixed the 3-pip. I think he's in a good spot.
Ugh.
What do you boys think?
I
Fi
got the steroid take, but I'm letting it go first.
Yeah, he fixes three pip to something else.
Hmm.
Um, he needs still something on his card. He's
I
one of
got it.
So here's the problem with Cat again. So I don't want to say points, but the points is his problem when Asajj is only 10 points more than him.
Asajj
So
is also a force user. Come
that's
on.
that's that's what I'm saying. So Asajj is only 10 more points, and Asajj does way more than him, throws more dice, red saves, force. I mean, so but he's cheap. So he needs to be come way up in power level or something. I don't know.
Callus points.
I got the fix.
Callus points? I guess he could be. I guess he could be because he's kind of Callus-like, right? He is
Yep.
kind of Callus-like. He's
Hmm.
he's he's Callus with steady instead of charge, huh?
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah,
What do you think?
maybe.
What do you think, Jose?
All right, you ready for the nuclear option?
Hmm. Go for it.
Jump two,
Yeah, jump
sharpshooter
two.
two.
No, he's
No,
jump
he
I think
one.
didn't.
it's
It's
jump one.
jump
Jump
one.
one.
Yeah, jump one.
Jump two, sharpshooter two. Make cover. Make him like I'm just like Han, but I only get to do it once with steady. So jump two, sharpshooter two, and make his gauntlet free.
I I think the jump two is really not necessary. I mean, we don't see a whole lot of height two terrain out there, but it is nice when you do see it and you can just be like, I could just ignore
Mm-hmm.
this,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know. Yeah, I think that'd be a good fix too. All right, boys. All good fixes. Moving on. Now, I'm a big fan of not nerfing things. In my opinion, where Legion's at right now, I feel like everything is performing relatively good as far as like strong units go. I know that's a controversial take. Most people don't like Aquas. We'll get there. So
They're
by
fine.
Longshank's data, we're gonna go over the unit that's taken the most and how we would fix them not to be so powerful. Now, these are technically the second most take units because the first ones are all core options, which makes sense because you have to bring them, right? So keep that in mind when we're going over these most taken units. They're technically the second most taken units. And
Nerf rebel troopers are too powerful.
they really are. I don't know. I don't Nick, you're playing them all wrong. um, So this first one is actually a shocker to me. The unit that's most or second most take is Droidicas, not Aquas. Why do you think that is, boys?
EXD.
You can take more of them.
You can take more of them, and they are better in EXD. Um, but that also means that if you're taking EXD, you're not taking Aquas. So do we feel there's more EXD lists out there or more Aqua lists out there?
There's more EXD.
Also,
So
depending on the time range,
sure.
of the data,
Yeah, this
there,
Now,
there,
data. So
yeah,
for
the
the record,
the
this
time frame.
data this data is super expansive because Palp has stats on here, Pathfinders have stats on here, and IRG. So
Yeah,
wherever this data is compiled of, we don't know the time frame, but just know that it's overall it's a pretty so just to give you guys a thought point for this. So games played per faction is from the time this data is being taken, and this is also JSON data because there's some data that's missing because people don't do the JSON. But we're looking at a total of event games played. We have 1,012 Legion events, and this game share from we're pulling the data from is 19,362 event games, and of those, and then we also have 451 casual game in this data. So that take that with when you're hearing these numbers, it's a lot of Legion being played for a long time.
yeah.
that's true. Aqua's relatively did come out, so it hasn't been around long enough. So we'll cover. I don't know. You guys want to cover Aquas because you guys feel Aquas is the one is that needs to be the nerf, or do you feel Droidicas is accurate?
Probably Aquas, because Droidicas did just get their points raised.
They did. So they did get a nerf. So maybe we'll slow down on them being taken. Um, again, I'm a big fan of not nerfing things, and Aqua is strong. What would you guys do to fix Aquas? I'll go first. So, I honestly think you could raise the points on them. I think that's the easiest quick fix. I even thought maybe raising them to 80 points. I think they'll still be taken at 80, and just leave the heavy alone, or raise the heavy and leave the points for. Because, like, I was thinking about it. If you don't take the heavy and you take just the Aquas at 65, they don't really have that much of a punch, but they have enough defense to last
Hmm.
longer, right? If you're just taking the three-man squad. It's the punch from the heavy that really sends them over they do really well. So it's either, in my opinion, A, you raise up the cost on the heavy so more people don't take the heavy, or B, you raise up the base cost and leave the heavy alone. What do you guys fixes think?
Both.
Both. Get out of
I
here.
play. I'm a big Aqua proprietor. I love Aquas.
Have
I've
you
played
played
Aquas since
Aquas?
yeah, I played Aquas since they dropped.
When did
I
you
ran
wait,
them.
wait, what?
I've ran Aquas with Dooku and Asajj. You keep forgetting. Aqua Crabs, Dooku Asajj. That was my baby list. And I from that point was from day one. Even like if you guys look back to when Rob was on the podcast, I was saying they are way too cheap. They are way too cheap. I should not be able to bring loaded crabs, loaded aquas, loaded dooku, loaded Asajj. That's something you should not be able to do. Um, so I think both. I think aquas can go to I think aquas can go to 80 and I like round numbers. Aquas can go to 80 and their gun can go to 30. And even then people are taking both, I think.
I don't make it 110.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Well,
110.
you're hurting my
Um,
soul here. You're hurting them.
110.
What do you? What do you?
Like for the record, my unfun LVO list got more unfun after because now that I'm not tied to Invasion Force, I deleted the AAT, I deleted the two tax, and now I have Aquas and Kalani with double squads. So
Beautiful.
shouldn't be able to do that.
Match
Shouldn't be
me,
able to do that. Should not look at Nick's face. You should not be able to do that.
Nick. What do you think?
You know what I would do to Aquas?
Get rid of him.
No,
Oh, okay.
I would make them droid troopers.
No blocking LOS,
You
right?
know, I think that actually buffs them.
Think they do?
Yeah, because granted, it takes away the heavy cover and the blocking the line of sight. But the fact that you could coordinate to them is huge.
Your why though? You already have like perfect order control.
Because then I could
And
run.
you have Grievous is now is going to coordinate to vehicles, right?
Well, Grievous can't coordinate to vehicles, but you could coordinate to him, like you get in the daisy chain on him if you're taking steps, right? Um, but you're talking about a T series being able to coordinate all the way through the B ones, then all the way to the Aquas, and then some, right? You could throw in the staffs in there
Yeah.
too. You could also run the reverse, where I'm going to take really impactful heavy units, but have them coordinate just to the Aquas and B1s, and then whatever's in my pool is what, you know,
But you
left
already
right.
do that.
Yeah, but then Droid Trooper, you can lock them in combat.
Yeah. Melee
Yeah,
combat.
Yeah,
good.
you.
Good.
I, I don't know.
Good.
Well,
I want my Luke to be safe when he runs into them.
yeah, but I'm on the POI.
Then
And
I
you
can
can't.
force push you.
You're not gonna kill me.
I can force push you.
I'm just gonna walk back on.
That's okay.
He has the axe to do it.
I mean,
I I
you can still force push me
yeah,
at a ground vehicle now.
but I'm not safe when I'm touching you.
That's fair.
That's what he
Um,
said.
but honestly, my wish was that they would be droid troopers, but I just personally like the coordinate. Um,
So I guess I don't see I don't get that being a bonus, when I play CIS players, they already have perfect order control. So
With Aquas
that doesn't
though,
seem like a change to me.
with Aquas though,
Fair,
sometimes the
fair.
people have so with Aquas, at least the way I play them when I've seen people play them, is they can't always get the best order control, so you end up taking 20 points in upgrades for HQs on Aquas. And then you also end up taking, which is an auto take in any army. More or less, it's kind of wasted space for this, but you end up taking the card where you get to
It's just with the trooper keyword.
improvise orders.
The trooper keyword just allows a lot more things. Like now you can climb.
Sure.
Uh, you things that apply to only troopers now apply to them. Giving out tokens and stuff like that. You can move them now with the super tac custom droid. And personally, I just think there's a lot more benefits if
Well,
there's
you
no
already
trooper.
can move them. They have AI.
Hmm.
Is
With your new cards, you can move
Yeah.
them with your
Yep.
AI.
I thought there was one where it had to be a droid trooper.
No, it's just
No,
A-
AI.
it's
AI.
AI
It's
unit.
just AI.
It's
So
all
the
AI.
what when I've played against Aquas, the
Mhm.
problems I've had with them is that they move like troopers, but then they don't play like troopers. And that's what's gotten me is the problem is they move like troopers, but then they're not troopers. So that they're
Sure.
blocking line of sight, but they're moving in a way that's not like a vehicle. And then I can't engage them and be safe,
Yeah.
right? And then but I can't shoot past them. So that's like so if they're troopers, then that gets rid of all of that.
Sure. Makes sense.
And that's and
Um,
that's and that's probably what it's actually more of even just playing the game um because they operate on the table like a trooper in a
mhm.
squad, even just playing the game visually, them being a trooper would be easier for an opponent
Right.
because as playing the game, you think they're a trooper. I play thinking like that's a trooper unit, not a vehicle.
Yeah. Makes sense. Um, Moving on. The second most take in Rebels is the ATRT. Now, again, this whole list I don't agree with nerfing, but for the sake of argument, I think the ATRT easy fix, raise the points.
But they already did that.
Mm.
They already did that.
Yeah.
They
Remember, they
did.
already
I
did
Yeah.
that.
know.
They
I
already
know.
raised the
They
points.
They
raised
did.
they raised the points and they raised the points on their cheap guns to make everything base level 15.
So
Yeah.
maybe the data shows the older games versus.
Well, no way. I mean, they raised the points. People are still taking them, even
Mhm.
though they raised the
The
points.
line of sight blocking's huge.
Well, no, I think it's just still because they are still the probably the one and only, not the one and only, but still the most realistic support option that Rebels can take
Valid.
out of the three options. But you can't raise their points again. They are at 54.
54.
54. The red save equivalent with better weapons in Gar is at 60. So you can't raise the Rebel one anymore
In Gar's
because
defense, you guys got Surge to crit, okay? Gar would love Surge to crit. If
you
Gar had
can't.
Surge to crit, we would play nothing
So
but
I think
ATRT.
we're on agreement. You don't nerf these guys. They don't need to be nerfed, right?
No.
Um, Moving on, snow troopers. I don't think we need to nerf these guys either. They're the second most taken.
No.
Um, Now this one might get some nerfs. Arc troopers. Now they
Hmm.
did just recently raise the points on them,
Yeah, they raised points on them too. I don't think
but
so.
they're still the most dominant special forces for Gar.
So let me ask you a crazy question.
Until marksmen come out. Well,
If
marksmen's are core.
Yeah,
they
marksman's core.
if
Yeah.
if they were to raise their points again, do you think they still be taken? You don't have a better
I
option in
think
special forces.
I think if you take away tactical,
Ooh, don't do that. That'd
No, no,
be
no, 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 no. What I'm
useless.
saying is,
you don't
look
think
at
they'll
your
be that
special.
good?
No, no. What I'm saying is once again, for what they provide in terms of the best, a hell of a charge, impervious, who cares about scale, scout 2, sharpshooter, tactical,
Who cares
their
about
entire
scale?
kit, because scale is just I have
Huge.
environmental gear is all it is now.
It,
Um,
I know, but that's huge still.
no, I'm just saying, like once again, their big kit, I still think at 70 points for that kit is still cheap. And I think that when you look at the field, you look at ARF troopers, you look at Wookiee warriors, either or, even if you were to raise their points to say 10 points, I still think you find the 10 points because their counterparts in their specific field is
So
not even
you
Well,
comparable.
think
well, that's where I think this is the example of don't raise their points, make the other units better. That
but
it's why people are taking arts, why rebel players are still taking ATRTs even after they raise the points is because the dishes and the tauntauns are still crap. So they need to
valid.
make the other units better.
I think you nerf these boys still. I think you raise them, raise the points.
Yep.
No,
Or
no,
take away tactical.
no,
So
no.
hold on, wait. We raise leave tactile. We raise them. Okay, Nick's gonna pop his top. You raise their points by 10. Okay. You drop ARF troopers by 6, and you get rid of cumbersome on the ARF rocket launcher.
See, I think you could do the ARF changes, but you don't need to make the ARC changes.
You still don't if the ARFs didn't have cumbersome on the rocket launcher and 6 points cheaper, you still don't take them over ARCs.
I think so. Maybe,
You would
may,
because you're crazy.
maybe not everyone, but you would see the numbers shift.
No.
I think you would. I think you
In
would.
in a competitive format, no, because you want the edge. The edge is ARCs.
All right.
No, you would. You would because and you have to remember these long shake numbers we're looking at. They're not all just competitive people. This is all Legion being played, right?
I read that it's a majority competitive because
Well,
the
I
stat
mean,
line once again
it it
is
is.
100. It's 18,000 plus. No, not 8,000. It's 19. So here we go. 15 out of the 19,362 games at events, 15,823 of them are rated.
You do have to remember
So
though. You
that is a
but
majority.
but no because you do have to remember it isn't but it is but it isn't. Get to remember those numbers include people like me. I play in rated tournaments. People like me play in rated tournaments. So that's why it's not all just competitive players.
Well,
Non-competitive
People
non
like JR play in unrated tournaments.
not non-competitive people play in competitive tournaments.
I don't think I'm competitive, but hey, that's just me. That's just me. All right. The last one we have to talk about is Pikes. Is the most taken out of Shadow Collective, but I don't know if you guys are with me. I don't think Pikes need a nerf. They're
I think
okay.
they just need to be
I'm the only guy on the
removed from the
planet
game.
that thinks they're
No,
bad.
no. They
I'm not pumped about I don't think they're I think Black Sun all day every day.
that's but hey, I yeah, you're right. Black Sun is technically the one that's taken the most. Pikes is second. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I just want to reiterate that. So I think Black Suns and Pikes are fine. I think they're good. They're good. You only ever see him Shadow Collective, Nick. You don't see him anywhere else.
Hate pikes.
They
Okay,
used to be abused in Rebels until
so
they got nerfed.
here is the part of the podcast where now we're gonna go into the Legion Oracle. Okay, this is gonna be your guesses of what you see, and if we do see this and it is happens to what you say, you'll get the title of Legion Oracle. So I gave you guys homework to give me what you think needs to be buffed, what you want to see buffed, and what you want to see nerfed in each faction. So that way, when Ministravaganza happens, we'll see if that happened or not. Um, so starting with CIS, we'll go to Jose first. What do you want to see buffed?
No, not so clarify. Not what you want, but what you think will, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for correcting me on that. It's what you think is most likely is going to happen.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie, mine's are wants.
Yeah. Wants not really, I mean, I guess it
That's
could still
that's
be right, but
yeah, that's valid.
I don't so call me crazy. Jared's gonna say I'm crazy. the only unit I think will get a buff is gonna be Kraken. Um, but I also don't think they will buff him because I think he's just gonna be an insert like Ahsoka into a unit. So I think Kraken will get buffed.
Wait, are we counting him being insert into a unit as a buff?
No, because I'm saying that's probably why they're not gonna buff him because he's just gonna go into a unit.
Yeah, which I think is already clarified. But yeah,
I would like to see Kraken buffed because if other me going through the numbers, Kraken was actually Dallin Kraken's only taken like 7 times. So just so you know, hundreds of thousands of games, Kraken's only seen seven. Yeah, so I don't think CIS needs a buff, to be honest. I think they're what all factions should aim and as of
they're
internal
supposed to be.
balance wise. Yeah, they're the perfect internal balance. Like all factions should strive to hit that mark, which if they all hit that mark, we wouldn't be Legion. Everybody be the same thing and it'd be no different. So
So
um
what would you like to see nerfed then?
oh dude, I wanna
Well,
see Aqua's nerfed.
yeah, that's
I
yeah.
think Aqua's will get nerfed. Because
Well, I
they've
need to write this shit
shown
down. What am I doing?
they've shown with Sleeper Cell that nothing too new is above being nerfed. So I think Aquas will be nerfed. Um,
You only get one. You
and
only get one.
okay, Aqua's nerfed.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Nick. What do you got?
I think the AAT battle tank will be buffed.
Ooh, the AAT, huh?
Ooh, I love that.
Okay. And what would be your nerf?
My nerf is going to be hmm,
I'm
my
actually
nerf
shocked you have to think about it.
my nerf is gonna be Geonosians.
Really?
Ooh, I
Oh,
like
that's
it.
a hot take.
I like
You
it.
don't see much Geonosians.
That's why they're
Uh,
so good.
why would you say Geonosians?
Going off the board.
Okay, you think a lot of people are playing Geonosians.
No,
Okay, okay. Um, so my buff is crabs. Give them charge. That's all they need, or point
No,
charge.
reduction. Give them charge or point reduction. Crabs are horrible.
they're
And
perfect.
and then I think aquas are going to be most likely to be the one nerfed. Moving on, Nick, we'll start with you this time. What are your buffs and nerfs for rebels?
Rebels. So buff. Gosh, they hate us so much. Uh,
You like buff the whole army.
yeah.
You
He's
guys
like
didn't do your
everything's.
homework. I could tell.
I did my
No,
homework,
I,
but
I
Nick's like everything sucks.
everything's terrible. Um, I'm gonna stick with the heavy logic. I'm gonna go with the T-47.
For being buffed.
The air speeder.
Okay. And then what about your nerf?
Nothing.
Nothing. You think? Yeah.
Nothing.
Yep. That makes sense. Well, give me one. Give me one. I mean, worst case scenario, it
What
is
would they
nothing,
nerf?
but nothing. You don't really win anything, right? Because
Yeah, I
something's
can't.
gonna get nerfed a little.
It's
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, so I could say something and not lose because I technically
Yeah.
said nothing, right?
Correct. And
Uh,
that goes for everybody. If nothing get buffed, it doesn't count against you.
oh,
Or
okay, all
nerfed.
right.
If nothing gets nerfed, it
Nerfed.
doesn't count
Okay,
against
yeah.
you.
So my
Yeah.
answer is nothing, but if I have to pick something, the
Yeah.
custom officer.
Because all right. Jose, what about you?
buff. I want to see the gosh, I want to see Nick, I'm sorry. I want Jen to be playable. I don't want her to be murdered in one shot. I don't know what they got to do to her. I know they just changed her, but they
Why are
got
you
to
saying
look at
sorry? That's what he wants too.
I know, but it's like you remind him of it. It's like, hey, your girlfriend broke up with you. Like, yeah, he knows. Um, but no, buff Jin. There's no reason why Jin should feel like a one man core trooper, a one man shittier rebel trooper. So buff Jin. And because I am salty because my rebel losses came on the back of these guys, nerf the damn sleeper cell astromech.
Oh, you want to see say just sleeper cell in general? Because any
Sleeper cells.
if it gets
Sleeper
nerfed to
cells.
astromech,
Sleeper
yeah,
cells.
which is
Sleeper
interesting because
cells.
they just got the nerf.
Yeah, they did it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
so hold on. They just got the nerf, and they also had said that they were holding off on the astromech. So the astromech is a possibility.
well,
Um,
if it does get
so
nerfed, you still get the point
sleeper
because it's a
cell.
sleeper cell unit. So my
Sleeper cell
buff is
stands.
to the FD cannon. I want them to do a new keyword where you could put it anywhere on the battlefield. And then cause if they're never gonna give it the ability to move, then give you the ability to plant it somewhere and just have an advantage some way. And then the nerf, land speeder. I mean, again, I don't think you need to nerf anything in general. Land speeder is not doing over excelling. It's just one of the stronger units. But if I had to choose a unit that would possibly get a nerf, it would be the land speeder. Moving on, we have Empire. What did I write? I wrote something down and I'm just like, oh, now I didn't remember what I wrote. All right, Empire. I'll go first on this one. Um, Again, these are my wants, and most likely what would happen. I want them to buff the Gav. It makes me sad that Gav has got, I think, the most least amount of playtime in all of Legion. I feel like it was a quote unquote dead arrival unit when it came out. I feel like give it a nerf. I mean, buff. Give it a buff. See it more on the field. And again, Empire doesn't need nerfs. But if I had to choose one, it would be Krennic because that's the most commander unit taken. All right, Jose, what about you?
Mm. So, Buff, fifth brother, and seventh sister,
Mhm.
I like it.
because I feel like they're just garbage force users. I feel like I'm assuming the play rate of the generic Jedi is going to be high, and they're compared to their force user counterparts are not probably even comparable. So at least bring them up to be like the generic Jedi strength tier. Make them playable. I don't know what you got to do. Maybe give them an extra dice. I don't know, something. They got to be playable. They're iconic characters, and if they're not playable, then AMG's gonna do something stupid like put Reva in the game. Um,
That'd be dope.
so now buff them, and if I was going to pick a nerf for anything, um, get rid of the stupid, and Rob, you're gonna hate me. Get rid of the stupid pseudo pass mechanic on the Dark
Dark
Troopers. I
Troopers.
feel like that's an unintended interaction. Um, and it's just, ugh. I don't think Dark Troopers are going to be terrible without it. I think Rob just likes that crutch because it gives him an unfair advantage that shouldn't be there.
All right, Nick, what about you?
So the thing I want the nerf is not going to happen. So I guess I won't say it.
You got
Say it!
dreams, Nick. We're dreaming here.
Well, no, I want to be right, right? Well, I
That
want them.
I
To,
mean,
I want them to nerf Remnant, but that's not going to happen.
oh, you think
They're,
the
Yeah.
whole battle force?
hmm Yeah.
I'll put it down.
No, that's not my answer.
Oh,
Because
okay, okay, okay.
they're not going to do that. They're
I
not going
mean,
to.
they buffed Imperial Remnant,
I mean,
so
sort of.
I
I mean,
mean
they
they
kind of
changed the way they
just.
got their independent.
Yeah. I mean, that was more just for the game changing,
Sure,
really,
sure.
right? I mean,
Mhm.
um, that's what I want. I highly doubt that that's the case. And that's why it's so hard to say nerf anything else because I don't think there's really much else to
Can,
nerf.
That's
can
what
I
I'm
say
saying. Like,
something real quick?
hmm
Like on the premise of Nerf Remnant, here's some stats for you. Imperial Remnant win percentage, 64%. Tempest Force win percentage, 54%. Blizzard Force win percentage, 53%. So and 64 is high for a battle force. So I mean, could be they want everything to be in the 50s. Remnants at 64.
But if you had to choose a unit, what would it be?
Uh, nerf, nerf the E-web.
The E-Web. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, really?
hmm
That's spicy.
All right. What about your buff?
Uh, buff Boba Fett.
Ooh, that's
It's
not a
very
bad choice.
sad that very sad that Boba Fett doesn't get played.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Oh wait, damn it! I just wrote that on Jose's.
I'll take double points.
You get them all right. All right, moving on. We have the Gar. Jose, what do you want to see buffed and what do you want to see nerfed?
My stance doesn't change. Nerf the ARC troopers.
Nerf the ARC troopers. That makes
And
sense.
I think that's a safe bet. I think ARCs are have a doom cloud coming their way. And buff.
Hmm.
It pains me that we don't see more Obi. Fixes
He
command
won the
cards.
World's Tournament,
And then I know I'm saying see him. He can win. The Browns can win a game here and there. Um,
but did they win the Super
but
Bowl?
change something to Obi's ability, Obi's mechanic of here's a bazillion surges, you can only share one. I think it wouldn't kill. I don't think it'd be the end of the world if Obi's card would be like Yoda's, where instead of putting the tokens on, so 6 units are on Obi, everybody gets surges normally. Instead of instead of putting those surges on those units, put the surges on Obi's card, so then you can use as many surges as you want from that card.
Okay. Uh, Nick, what you got?
Uh, nerf clone marksman.
Oh, you haven't even given your opinion.
Yeah,
Well, I guess we
nerf.
know what his opinion is. Okay, what else?
Uh, buff. Hmm. Buff probably Chewy.
Chewy, interesting. Okay. So for mine, for Gar, I want to see more sabers. I think saber is a fun unit, and it's sad that you don't see more of those. And then a nerf, the chosen one. Come on, Anakin's too strong out there. So moving on to Shadow Collective. Mine are very simple. Buff, Gar. Gar needs love. He needs to be a actual commander that does damage. His command cards probably need a little rework. And then again, I don't think they need a big nerf, but Black Suns. Nick, what about you?
Buff Hondo.
Have you played games with
You
Honda
can't
yet?
play. You can't play Hondo in Shadow Collective.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Darn. No, I haven't played him yet. I'll play him on the 22nd.
Ready for my wheel bike.
He's gonna run over Honda and one shot him.
I know you're gonna run up to Hondo and take all his green tokens off.
I don't know. That's not my thing.
All right, buff. What do I want to buff on any of this crap? I guess buff swoops because I'm probably gonna play some swoops here in the near future. Buff swoops
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll do
and
one more.
nerf Maul.
What?
Yeah, because Maul is garbage.
So keep nerfing him into the ground.
Yeah,
Take his legs.
errata him to the 5 health that he should be, as they showed us at the
No.
last
Uh,
preview.
I wonder if that's why we haven't got those cards yet, is because they're just like, oops, we got to fix that. Back to the production.
They're not gonna reprint those.
All right, Jose, what do you got for Shadow Collective?
For Shadow Collective, buff my Maldalorians.
They just got a buff. You want more
I don't
buffs?
care. Yes, I
Okay.
want more buffs.
All right.
I want more buffs. I'll even take a point increase to balance out whatever buff they get.
Mm.
Buff my Mandalorians, and I want them to nerf. God, there's nothing in Shadow Collective that I want nerfed because they're all like not that great to begin with. Um,
Just say Maul. That's the easy answer.
but I like Maul. I like Randy Maul. Um, God dang, what do they have?
Just
There's
pick any
nothing
unit.
really.
Nick's not
They
wrong.
don't.
Maul's the easy answer.
I'm just gonna say this because I feel like it's gonna get hit in one way or another. The AA5.
That makes sense. All right, I got you guys locked in.
I don't see the AA5 getting away without a nerf on like in general.
Okay. Last thing for the Legion Oracle is battle forces. I'm hoping we see new battle forces. How many battle forces do you think we're gonna see? And that's only gonna count if you get that right. But what also battle forces do you want to see? Right? So how the one that's gonna count for the Oracle is how many we're gonna actually see that are new. But what do you want those ones to be?
But what if what we want isn't a battle force?
It has to be a battle force. So
No, it
if you say
doesn't.
Gungans, it's gonna be a battle
No,
force.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it
I literally
doesn't.
said battle force. I'm giving you the perimeters of the question.
No.
So we'll start, Nick. What do you want?
Well, first, how many battle forces will I think we see, right?
Yeah, how many do you think you're actually gonna see announced?
We'll see two new battle forces.
That's a good answer. What do you think they're gonna be?
Sadly, I think one's going to be a Geonosian.
Yeah. And what do you think the other one? You think you're finally gonna get a new Rebel one?
No, no. Um, I I have a hard time thinking they're not going to give us something with the weak ways.
You think they're not? Or you
No,
think they are?
I think they
Yeah,
are. And that's why I have a
I
hard
think
time
you're right.
thinking that they won't give us something because they're
Yeah.
they're going to release three new units with Hondo, the pirates, and the speeder tank,
Mm,
and they're not gonna and Hondo's not even in Shadow Collective. Like they're not gonna have something that's gonna incorporate those. Like right? I mean, right?
mm.
There's got to be something.
Yeah,
So
you're dead on.
that's right. It's got to be something like that. So something unaligned, some type of new unaligned battle force.
Okay. What about you, Jose? How many battle forces do you think we're gonna see?
I think. Well, you're painting me into a corner because I don't want to see battle forces. I don't read well because I was pumped for like factions, and that's where I did my homework. But we are changing it on me because I can't read. So, Gungans for sure.
Okay.
We're gonna get the speed demons for sure. Grievous is already out. We got the Magnus coming. They mentioned a speed demon battle force. And I'm with Nick. We're gonna get a pirates battle force. I don't think we're gonna. I don't. Bugs are already a pain in the ass, and I would hate to see what they get in a battle force. So on principle, I'm not gonna say they're gonna get theirs. But yeah, no, speed demons, Gungans, and pirates.
Pirates. So three. Um, I'm also gonna say three. I think we're gonna get the Geonosians. I think we're gonna get the Grievous. And I also think, I'm hoping we get or the Weequay. Um, so yeah, so those are my three I think we're gonna see. I do want to see a Mandalorian one eventually, but I don't know if that's gonna be relevant. Um, so those are got you guys locked in for those. Now your dream. Okay. I know we did this on a podcast and I can't remember what it is, what episode it was, but
We
this
did because my answer's the same.
this one is so left field that it's probably not gonna happen.
Kotar.
I guess put in the realm it could happen, but like probably not right now. Okay. And if you get this right, you automatically become an oracle. So I gotta make it spicy. Okay, Nick, or sorry, Jose, you sound like you know what it is. Go for it.
It's the same thing I said years ago. We're gonna get a sequel. We're gonna get a First Order and Resistance.
Ooh, okay. All right. Nick, what about you? What do you think we're gonna see? Or what do you want to see?
What I want, right? This
Yeah.
is my
What do you want?
um Ghost Crew, like a
Okay.
Bad Batch unit
Hmm.
as special forces.
Okay. Okay. That'd be cool because then you can run Bad Batch and Ghost Crew. That'd be sick to
Mm-hmm.
see. That would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to see is I actually think it's in the realm of possibility now because we got the new Maul animated series coming out. As I said this last time, Dark Talon. I think would be cool. Uh,
Not, not even the same timeline.
Not
and
even
then
that's
and
like a that's not,
it's a dream, Nick. Let me dream. And then I want to see a Night Sisters Battle Force. Like come out with Night Sisters Battle Force. That'd be dope. I mean, we already got Ventress. We're getting Savage. We just yeah.
They could shrink the Shatterpoint sculpts. They already have Night Sister sculpts.
There you go. But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. But before we wrap this up, the last thing I wanted to ask you guys is that what do you think else we're gonna see there? Like, I'll go first. I think we're gonna hope to see new units, right? I think that's a thing. I hope we see Savage's oppressed stats, and I hope we see the fourth member of that box that he's gonna be in, because he said that there is one mystery one. Um, I know we talked about new battle forces, and I would also like to see the new advantages, secondaries and primaries. I know people have had a lot of fun with the ones that are already out, but if they could give us new options, I think that would spice up the game a little bit more. Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping to see at this Ministravaganza. What about you, Jose?
I want to see the fourth model be Jango Fett. I want to see Qui-Gon Jinn, and I want to see faction specific advantages, primaries, and secondaries.
Okay. Nick?
I would love to see a new rebel unit, maybe something that, maybe a unit that infiltrates, maybe has something to do with like defensive suppression, maybe something like that, like in the game, I don't know. Oh
Wouldn't
wait,
that be
that
a
that,
slap in the face if
that
they gave it back to you? But you had to buy the new models.
He would take it though. He would take
I would
it.
take it.
Yeah.
Take it. No. No, for this mini extravaganza to be a success, in my mind,
Okay.
there are a few things they need to show us. One, they need to show us timeline of new units that we're going to get. Because right now we're getting nothing new next year, which is probably not going to happen. But that's what we see. There's nothing new next year,
Right.
right? It's all repackaging. So show us what's new coming next year. I want to see new things for Rebels specifically. I want to see
Yeah.
new Rebel units. I want to see new Rebel units.
Rebel OP.
I want to see the new objective card pack that should be coming out in the spring, summer.
Oh, they
That's I
already
want.
said they were gonna do something like that.
Like I said, I could be totally wrong, but I could have swore at last mini extravaganza that's what they said.
Ah, okay.
So I want to see that announcement. Like I'm not that they're going to show us the cards, but I want to see the announcement. I want to see the date that we're going to get that pack, right?
Yeah.
Not just new advantages, new objectives, new everything, right? Whole new pack. Um, and I want to see fixes to some of these units that are unplayable. They're just like I said, we see these units that everyone's taking these one unit these ranks because the other ones are just not playable. Fix some of these other units. I want to see those three things.
The valid point. Valid point. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, audience, who are still listening. We appreciate your support. And we'll see you guys next week when we reveal who is the Legion Oracle. See ya.